What's going on, everybody? This is Jason. Welcome back to the basement. So today I wanted to just do a brain dump. Just was thinking lately about the perfect vlogging camera. As I've been a APS-C user most of the time, I've had a dabble in full frame, but most of the time been using APS-C cameras and even much smaller sensor cameras, and even my phone. So using the Samsung Note 10. I've done vlogging like this, and most of the time I used it on smaller sensor cameras like my phone and other cameras in the past, until I recently moved over to this Fujifilm X-S10, which I've been using for photography, general photography, and some video, family video, but made it really my kind of my YouTube vlog camera. So I don't really vlog in the sense where I walk outside and take the camera with me. I leave it on this desk and I just set it here with the mic and the 16mm 2.8, and I go, right, doing these videos. So when I thought about the perfect vlogging camera, I thought about something very compact, very small, and thinking about the sensor size, I say the sweet spot to me would really be the Micro Four Thirds. Now that I'm using a Micro Four Thirds, I recently got these, the GX1, right? And I was like, you know what? That makes sense that Micro Four Thirds should be in the development of the perfect vlog camera. And what should that vlog camera have? I thought about it, and I said the GX1 is a good model for that. If you really think about it, it's a compact camera. So the size is nice and square, so it can slip into bags easy. It has a removable optional viewfinder in the instance that you wanted to use it for more photography-centric stuff, right? For your thumbnails, for instance. So you'd have the viewfinder really take a nice photo in Micro Four Thirds sensor, right? Only thing that it doesn't have a flip screen, doesn't have a mic input. So, barring those two things, I think Micro Four Thirds should be the option for the perfect vlogging camera. And I think Olympus and Panasonic really need to jump on it, because they would probably kill the game, considering in 2023 all the features that their cameras have today, when if they backed into that perfect vlogging camera. Because for a period of time, the Canon M50 was probably the top vlogging camera for most people on average, considering the beginner, enthusiast, and semi-pro YouTuber. The M50 was probably the go-to camera because of size, price, availability of lenses, and things like that. Hybrid use, for photography and video. I had it at one point in time, but I got out of the M system altogether because obviously it's a dead system at this point. It's not being supported. So I moved over to Fuji, and naturally the X-S10 was the camera that the M50 should have been. But I think as good as the Fujifilm X-S10 is, I think if you really made a camera even smaller than this, that had a lot of the same features in a Micro Four Thirds body, and with the optional viewfinder, I think you would knock it out the park. So, because you can add the IBIS, which the X-S10 has, the flip screen, the optional viewfinder to keep it compact. So in the instance that, because for a lot of people with video, you don't really need a viewfinder because you're using this flip screen, which I'm looking at, using this flip screen most of the time. And even if you're behind the camera, you probably want a bigger screen to be able to look at, and having maybe an HDMI output to put a monitor on to get even a bigger screen to view. But if you wanted to do, like I said, photography centric stuff with that same camera, especially your thumbnails, additional photos to add into the video, you wanted to be able to get more precise with that viewfinder, you could add it to the body. And I think that would be an excellent sell for somebody out there who would produce it. So just a brain dump, nothing serious today, nothing really in depth. So let me know what you guys think. Are you interested in a the perfect vlogging camera? Is what you have already good enough? I, for a long time, just used my phone, but found that, using the selfie screen, the screen was the issue, right? Because I was using a selfie screen, but it would flip everything. So if I had anything on, like a logo shirt or something that had a brand on it or anything, it would flip it around and it would look weird. So in quick situations, the phone still works because it's always with you, and you can rig it up with, a lot of things just like you can a camera. So the versatility is there, but ultimately, if you needed to use your back camera, you can't see the front. You don't have a screen at that point to know that everything is still working, that the camera didn't shut off on you, that you're actually in focus. Because if you move around, are you too high or too low in the shot? You don't have that, option. So ultimately, I decided to go and use the XS10. I think a camera is still the best option. It separates your phone to be the phone that it should be and not a do-it-all device powering all these features. Although it's still my computer, because when I upload my videos, I'm actually doing it to my phone. And that might be a separate video about how I do that. Because most people probably assume you take the card out, go to a computer, do all that stuff. But I actually use my phone as my, editing tool. So phone is very versatile, but probably not the best for your video. All right, that's all I got, y'all. Have a good one. Leave some comments, like, subscribe. See you on the next one.